what's going on, guys? Dale Valor here from Modern Flirting. So check this out. Man, I am doing a live event. Get this, a live event that's going to be on Zoom that is all predicated on the attraction ladder. What is the attraction ladder, that you might ask? Well, the attraction ladder is a process or system that we use at Modern Flirting to show guys how to really engage with women, how to get conversations started, how to build attraction, how to take it to places that you want it to go, how to build out a social circle. You know, all those things are so important, and that's why we put this system in place, so is that you have a game plan. You've got a roadmap that you can use to your benefit to make it work for you. Does that mean it's going to work 100% of the time, every time, and you'll never experience rejection ever again in your life? No, it is not that at all. However, it's just hedging your bets. It's making something a little more strategic to make it work for you. So coming up this March 25th through 27th, I'm going to be doing a virtual boot camp on Zoom to help you guys work through this attraction ladder. So think of it like this. Well, I guess think of it like a ladder. You know, you're starting at the bottom rung and then you're working your way up, okay? And so every conversation, every interaction has to start somewhere. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video today, is working through that attraction ladder. I'm going to give you a few insights as to how to use it and really what it is, and break it down a little bit better for you so you can understand. And then if you really want to go deep on it, and let me show you how you can basically use it in your life and with the situations that you're going through, the problems that you're encountering, we can get over those things together. So we're gonna hop into it right now. Let's get it. Number one, starting, okay? Pretty good name for starting an interaction, right? Well, really, that's what this is. It all has to start somewhere, and this is you starting the conversation. This is you approaching her. This is you getting the ball rolling, man. You know, so there's a few different ways that you can do this, all right? For me, I think it's best to start a conversation off by getting an opinion on something, all right? It can be anything that you want. Keep in mind, this is not designed to build attraction. This is just designed to get a conversation going. As a matter of fact, the more platonic right now, the better. Now you may say,
Dale, I'm always trying to escape the friend zone. I'm the guy that always gets put in the friend zone. And you're telling me to go ahead and just jump right in head first into the friend zone?
yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, because later we're going to flip it, okay? You want to bring those walls down a little bit so as that, you know, she's used to guys coming in and just hitting on her, flirting with her, so on and so forth right off the bat without getting to know her, okay? You should be the exception to the rule, and I'm giving you that exception to that rule right now. Go in like a friend and strike up conversation, get an opinion, and get it going from there. All right, we're going to get into the next one. Let's go. Number 2, conversation. You already started. You already got the ball rolling. Start having a little bit more platonic conversation. Look for conversational threads, okay? Most women, in particularly attractive women, are not going to be alone. They're going to be in a group, in particularly if it's a club, a bar, you know, a social setting like that. So she's not going to be by herself, all right? Now, what I like to do to kind of get the ball rolling here and start having a little bit more platonic conversation is simply asking them, hey, how do you guys all know each other? I'm genuinely curious. Now they're going to start talking about, oh, we know each other from school or work, or we've been friends forever, we're all family, you know, and now that leads to conversational threads that I can hit on, that I can touch on those things, you know, looking for those threads and basically weaving them together to make it work, you know, to keep a conversation going. And that's really how you have conversations with your friends. You don't just focus on one particular topic generally and just hammer it to death and not weave in other parts of that conversation that makes you think of this, and then you're talking about that, which reminds him of this, and that's how you conversate. And that's how you should be conversating here. All right, we're gonna hop into the next one. Let's go. Number 3, positioning. All right, what do I mean by positioning? If there is a group of girls and you're on the outside behind them, you're on the outside looking in. How are you going to become a part of the group? Well, it's the way that you position yourself. It's the way that you use your body language. It's the way that you use your posture. Things like that. It's grabbing, if they're all sitting around a table and there's an open spot, it's about you becoming a part of that group. Now, you don't just walk up, right, and just sit down and just start talking to a bunch of strangers that you don't know. That's why, if you did the other steps that we just talked about correctly, now it's not odd or weird for you to just kind of pull up a chair and sit down and continue the conversation. Because, hey, now you're a part of the group and you want to be a part of the group. You don't want to be that guy that's just hovering, just sticking around, because that becomes awkward. You want to be a part of that group. All right, we're going to hop into the next one. Let's get it. Number 4, P.E.S. What is P.E.S? Well, P.E.S is an acronym. It stands for Positive Emotional Stimuli. All right, meaning, if you want to boil it down to its essence, having a good time, okay? Showing her a good time, keeping the energy high, keeping it fun, not being a downer. Basically, you don't have to be the life of the party. However, if she's getting bored and the conversation is stale, it's just a matter of time till this thing falls apart, okay? So if you introduce a little humor, bust her chops a little bit playfully, don't make fun of her, don't clown her, but, just like you would do with a friend. You tease your friends, right? You don't really mean it, like when you're teasing them. In the same vein, as long as she knows that you're playing around, you're just joking around, you're not serious, playfully tease. It's a lot of fun. And she'll appreciate that, because if she's attractive, she's used to guys putting her on a pedestal and afraid to tease her, and you're making her feel like a normal human being, not something to be admired from afar, okay? All right, we're gonna get number 5. Let's go. Number 5, flirting, okay? What is flirting? All right. Now, up until this point, you haven't really been flirty. You haven't been hitting on her. Okay. You haven't been stating any kind of real intent. You've been having good conversation. You're showing your personality a little bit. Now it's time to start turning the tables a little bit, because as she starts to show that she's a little bit more interested, she's investing in you. Okay. You start investing back. This is where you can start throwing out a few compliments. This is where you can start stating some intent that you find her attractive. You'd like to get to know her better. Things like that. If you've been doing everything right on the attraction ladder, going up those rungs, you get to this point, you should be good. All right, she should be receptive to this, because you didn't do it right off the bat, you warmed her up, okay? All right, we're gonna get number 6, let's go. Number 6, freeing. What do I mean by freeing? Well, what I mean is freeing her from her friend or peer group, okay? See, here's the deal. Again, I said it earlier in the video. Most girls that are attractive are going to be in a group together. They're not gonna, no girl gets ready to go to the bar or go, I feel like going dancing. I'm gonna spend the next 3 hours getting ready to go, getting all dialed up just to go by myself. Not gonna happen, okay? So what do you need to do? You need to be able to get some FaceTime with her alone without the influence of her group. So what you're doing is freeing her from her peer group, okay? So you can start having that one-on-one interaction a little bit, okay? So start making a few excuses. Hey, let's go grab a drink from the bar. Hey, did you see that mechanical bull over there? Let's check that out right quick. Hey, it's really loud in here. It's hot. Let's get a breath of fresh air outside real quick. Whatever excuse that you can use to get her to go along with you. And if you've been doing the attraction ladder correctly, this shouldn't be a problem. All right, we're gonna get to the next one. Let's go. Number 7, connection. All right, you got her one-on-one, right? You freed her from the peer group. Now it's time to start building some real connection with her. Start talking about real things. Start forming a bond a little bit, making her comfortable, opening up to you. One of the best ways that you can do that is open up to her. Talk about some of the insecurities that you have. Now, you don't want to talk about anything crazy and make it awkward, but if you talk about some of your fears, some of the things that you've overcame in your life, some of the things that are key about you that you shouldn't be asking or talking about on the onset, by the way. Hey, what do you do for work? I do this. What do you do for work? I do that. That ping pong match. This is where you can start finding out a lot more of this information by making statements and then having a few follow-up questions to go along with those statements. All right. So instead of asking, hey, what do you do for work? Rather, you should say, you know what? You strike me as a teacher. I bet you're a high school teacher, aren't you? You just got that vibe about you. I'm right, aren't I? Now, it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. She's going to correct you. She already likes you. This is why you're spending one-on-one with her right now. She's already into the interaction. So she's not going to be offended if you're wrong or think you're an idiot or something like that. She's just going to correct you. That's all. Oh, no, I'm not a teacher. Actually, I'm a secretary. Oh, okay, I got you. Well, hey, that's pretty cool. Is it like a big company, little company? Like, I bet they have you on your feed all the time. Whatever, however you have those follow-up questions, now you're really getting some real information about her as a person. All right, we're gonna hop into the next one. Let's go. Number 8, plan the date. Okay, so you've made the connection, right? You want to carry it further. Plan it out. Have something cool to do. Don't just ask her, would you like to go to dinner and a movie with me? No, that's terrible. Don't do that. What you should be doing is stating something to the effect of oh, hey, you know what, coming up, there's this really cool thing going on. This one DJ spinning. He's a buddy of mine, and he's starting to crush it. He's really starting to kill it. He's going to be all weekend up at this one spot. I'm going to be going up there. You should tag along with me, and if she can't do it, I would love to, but I've got to work that day or the next day. I can't be out late or whatever. Okay, cool. Well, I'll tell you what, I really like this interaction. I really like where this is going, and I'd like to continue it. I'd like to get to know you a little bit better. All right, so next week I am free Tuesday night, Thursday night, and Sunday afternoon. Which one of those days would work best for you? So giving her a few options instead of asking her, are you free Tuesday? Are you free Wednesday? Are you free Thursday? Are you free Friday? You see where that's going. It just makes your value go less and less and less and less. Okay, because it's this guy has nothing to do but just be ready for me to have a day to hang out with him, which is really unattractive. Okay, you should be having your own life. All right, we're gonna hop into the next one. Let's get it. Number 9, sexual tension. Look, how do you build sexual tension without it becoming creepy, without it being over the top? What I like to do is a few different things. 1, touch. Now, I'm not grabbing on her and groping her or anything like that, but I start small and I start working forward with it. 2 steps forward and 1 step back. And the reason being, I want her comfortable with my touch. And because if she's comfortable, the more and more we're going to get physical with each other. Second to that, misinterpretations. She says something, you take it another way in a sexual context. That also sexual innuendo. As long as it's not completely over the top and offensive or weird or something like that, it's fine. And you're starting to build that sexual tension because you can't unhear things. Once her mind starts getting activated into that sexual frame, she's going to be thinking about it. Just like if I say to you right now, whatever you do, do not think of a pink elephant. You just thought of a pink elephant, didn't you? You see where I'm going with this? All right, we're gonna hop into the next one. Let's go. Number 10, the kiss, okay? So at some point, you're going to want to kiss, okay? The kiss can be everything here because women put a huge emphasis on that first kiss, what it felt like, what it means, the energy behind it, all that kind of thing. If it's lame, even if she likes you, she may not give you a second chance. So if you have been working the attraction ladder up to this point, you have some sexual tension, you know, what you should be doing is leading. Don't wait for her to try to kiss you. It's probably not going to happen. At a certain point in time, you're going to want to be assertive enough to make that move, okay? So make sure that you do that. You want to be leading in this interaction all the way through. Number 11, adventure, okay? What do I mean by adventure? That is your date, okay? What do most guys do when they're gonna go out with a girl? Oh, hey, let's get a couple of drinks. Oh, hey, let's get dinner. Oh, hey, dinner and a movie. Oh, hey, Netflix and chill. You know, none of these options are anything really exciting. You know, she's been on these before. Now she may go, you know, because she likes you, but why not do something that's just super fun? You know, and on top of that, when you plan a date out and now you're gonna be on this date, look, man, do things that you want to do. You know, don't ask her. You plan it out and you do it and have several locations in mind that you can bounce around to. All right? Because every time that you go to a different environment, there's going to be a different energy in that environment. And it ramps up the level of comfort that she feels for you. It's just a lot more fun and a lot more exciting. All right, we're gonna hop into number 12. Let's go. Number 12, after party. Okay, what do I mean by the after party? Well, the after party is the reason to have her come home with you. There should be a reason that she's coming there besides having sex with you, okay? Plausible deniability. So an after party is a good way of, but it doesn't have to be an actual after party, okay? Could be that cool guitar that you want to show her. It could be the jacuzzi that you have. It could be the, the super rare kind of liquor and you're just gonna have a nightcap before she has to go. It should feel serendipitous. Now, you know, most people realize what's going on, you know, when a girl invites you in, would you like to come in, when wrapping up a date? You know, the implication is to have sex, you know, but if you just put it out there like that, it's too dense, okay? The smart play here is to have plausible deniability. All right, we're gonna get into the next one. Let's go. Number 13, arousal. All right, so she's back at your place, right? You've been working the attraction ladder all the way up to this point. Now, continue to lead the interaction. Problem a lot of guys have is once they get into this situation, they're waiting for the girl to make a move. Well, she's waiting for you to make a move. All right. So again, I like to go 2 steps forward, 1 step back, starting with making out and then progressing it slowly from there. You know, oftentimes for most women, now I'm speaking in generalities, of course there's outliers and so on and so forth, but most women aren't like guys in the sense of they just get turned on. Okay, you see a hot girl, you're like, wow, she's pretty, I am turned on. All right, women generally don't operate that way. Guys are more like a switch, women are more like a dial, you know? So what you wanna do is start moving that dial in the direction of arousal. So again, start with making out and then start progressing it from there, all right? All right, we're gonna get into number 14, let's go. Number 14, pressure release. Listen, as guys, we struggle oftentimes with approaching and we have anxiety when we do it, right? To get that, the very beginning of the attraction ladder, to get that start, right? We see that pretty girl and we're like, you know, oh God, like I want to talk to her, but I'm locked up. Women feel that oftentimes on the back end of this, you know, where it's a sexual situation. Now she feels a little tense. She has some anxiety. I don't want her to go through that. I don't want her to experience that. It's not fun for her, you know, and so I want to release that pressure that she's putting on herself, societal pressure. And one of the ways to do that is being non-judgmental. You know, that you're not going to think that she's some kind of whore or some kind of slut or something like that because she's having a sexual experience with you. Okay, so I want her to feel good about this. I don't want her to be all up in her head. Okay, so I want to release that pressure. All right, so guys, so check this out. March 25th through 27th, I'm going to be doing a live Zoom event going super deep on everything I've talked about in this video and how it applies to you and your own personal situations and obstacles that you've been dealing with. So if you want to get down, all right, if you want to get involved here, we're going to have a link. All you got to do is click that link. We'll make it happen. And it's going to be dope, man. I really hope that you can make it out and start using this as a part of your everyday life. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Salute.